At a casino in Macau, China, management began to suspect something was seriously wrong. The casino manager reportedly noticed unexplained disturbances on CCTV focused on a particular gambling table and became convinced the activity was paranormal in nature. Concerned by what he saw, he hired a feng shui master to investigate. Casinos rarely allow filming on the gaming floor, but the severity of the alleged activity prompted an unusual exception. A camera crew was granted access to document what was happening. Casinos are often believed to harbor negative energy, places where fortunes are lost, desperation runs high, and, in some tragic cases, gamblers have taken their own lives by jumping from hotel windows and balconies. This atmosphere of emotional extremes is said to leave a lingering spiritual residue. In this particular casino, rumors centered on a gambler who frequently played at one specific table and later passed away. It is believed that his spirit never left and now lingers, bound to the place where he once spent countless hours. The CCTV footage was recorded after the casino had closed for the night. The gaming floor is empty and silent. At the suspected table, the lights flicker on and off. A glowing orb drifts across the screen. Two chairs shift on their own, one of them sliding backward as if an unseen guest is about to take a seat. What's more, in the lower right corner of the frame, a white apparition can be seen passing by the table. After reviewing the footage, the feng shui master prepares to help the spirit move on. He uses a traditional feng shui compass, an analog tool believed to function much like an EMF meter. In Chinese spiritual practice, electronic devices are avoided. When a spirit is calm, the compass remains still. When a spirit is restless or agitated, the needle rotates, allowing the practitioner to locate its presence. The room is then partitioned, spiritually confining the entity to prevent it from wandering. The feng shui master's goal is not to banish the spirit by force, but to communicate with it, neutralize its energy, and guide it toward peace. To do this, he places a miniature ancient Chinese coffin on the table. Traditionally, these coffins are full-sized and still used today, but this one was specially crafted for spirits. He then cuts paper into human-shaped dolls, draws the faces on them, and places them at the north, south, east, and west sides of the table. This arrangement is meant to allow the spirit to approach from any direction. The feng shui master burns a special spirit paper inscribed with Chinese characters to open a spirit road. He performs a specific hand sign, a ritual gesture used to communicate with the unseen, and points to one of the paper dolls. A tense silence follows as he concentrates. The paper doll moves on its own, signaling that the spirit is now inside of it. Without hesitation, the feng shui master places the doll into the miniature coffin and seals it shut. The remaining paper dolls are burned, marking the end of the ritual. Afterward, the feng shui master explains that the spirit feels young, around 20 years old, and has been haunting the casino for quite some time. Spirits, he says, are drawn to places they frequented in life. For this one, that place was the gambling table, its final anchor to the world it could not let go of. On June 10, 2021, two ghost hunters entered an abandoned apartment building at an undisclosed location, believed to be in Taiwan based on the language they were speaking. Local rumors claim that two young women took their own lives there, jumping from the upper floors of the building. The investigation begins in a small decaying room. There's a bed frame with a mattress half slid off and electrical wires snaking across the floor. Near the window, a single sheet of paper is taped to the wall. One of the investigators speculates that it could be a will or suicide note left behind by one of the girls. It turns out it's not, but moments later, an unexpected noise is heard behind them.
你叫我买，你叫我买。遗书，你干你啊！他小啦。
Startled, one of the ghost hunters swears aloud in fear. They then go into the hallway, but as they do, they capture this.
那间房间，至少那间，至少那间。来，进来，朋友，先帮我们一个人分享一次好不好？谢谢你们。哎呀。
The camera briefly captures what appears to be a pale figure with long black hair peering from behind the doorway. At the time, neither of the ghost hunters noticed it. They continue deeper into the building toward the room from which one of the girls allegedly jumped from the 6th floor. As they make their way to the room, tension escalates.
往生者在这里往生哦，往生。 我们傻啦，安娜啦。
One of the ghost hunters suddenly freaks out, claiming he sees long black hair slightly protruding from a doorway ahead.
我们
Panicked, he turns and runs back down the hall. As they try to steady themselves, one of them says he saw Chinese gold paper money scattered on the ground. The paper is not real currency, but ceremonial joss paper traditionally burned during rituals for the dead, meant to provide wealth and blessings in the afterlife. The men note that the paper had not been there during their visit the previous week, raising the unsettling possibility that a grieving family may have recently returned to perform a ritual for one of the deceased. With visible hesitation, the ghost hunters slowly approach the room once more. This time, they see something more disturbing.
哪可能啊？有金纸，也是他们家属回来，是不是？不好意思哦。啥啦？ 莫别讲啦，内底有人啊！
真的啦，
什么内底有人？
内底哪有人呢？
拍谁啊？有人吗？有人吧？是。我干你啥
？A person's head with long black hair dangling unnaturally in the doorway. Terrified, they retreat again, and shortly afterwards, more strange sounds occur.
Hey, 有人呀！
Standing rigid in the hallway, one of the men nervously asks if anyone is there, quickly adding an apology for disturbing them. They then hear another sound.
法的，靠标是人看，我当作人看唔到呢。
不可能吧？
有人吗？不好意思哦。有人吧？会动。什么会动啦？
After a long, tense pause, the ghost hunters gather the courage to return to the room once more.
外套。
刚刚在房间里面，对不对？房间里面吗？
看麦啊！不好意思哦，有人无？啊，你讲兜有金纸，咱无看。 干！我操！啊，哎，
丢掉，然后
我们在，
有人去丢掉奶奶。
哎，我们上礼拜来没有这些金子呢？
有人就遇到，
有人还有再来过吗？
那谁哦？
要死哦！哎，拢金抓嘞！
This time, they don't see anyone. Inside the room, the space is choked with junk and littered with gold paper money. At the far end of the room is an open window, the same window from which one of the girls is said to have leapt to her death. On December 30th, 2019, a roadside CCTV camera on a busy thoroughfare, believed to be in Vietnam, captured footage that has since unsettled viewers. In the recording, a ghostly apparition appears to cross the road. The form resembles a woman hunched forward, moving with an uneven, limping gait. As she walks, her head seems to lift unnaturally, her face briefly rising into view before sinking back down, as if pulled by an unseen weight. Passing vehicles continue uninterrupted. Cars and motorbikes do not slow, swerve, or react, as though the figure is invisible to those on the road. According to Vietnamese folklore, apparitions that appear on roads, particularly near sites of fatal accidents or unmarked graves, are often believed to be wandering souls. These spirits are said to belong to individuals who died suddenly, violently, or far from home, and who were denied proper burial rites. Such ghosts are thought to manifest before the living, sometimes causing accidents or leading travelers astray. Traditional belief holds that the dead require offerings in the afterlife much as the living do. Paper money, food, clothing, shoes, even symbolic homes or vehicles. When these rituals are performed, the deceased may become honored ancestors who protect and bring prosperity to their families. When they are neglected, the spirits are believed to become hungry ghosts, condemned to roam the countryside, restless, unseen, and forever searching for what they were never given. For more episodes, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for notifications.